All right, everybody. Thank you so much for your patience. I had to sort out some technical difficulties, but hello and welcome. I'm Sir Crosspath the Pink Knight. We're going to play some Metroid Prime Remastered on our road to get to Metroid Prime 4. So, we're going to be going over a bunch of theories. I am going to play with motion controls, because I've actually never played Metroid Prime Remastered with motion controls. I've only, I want to do the pointer controls. I've only ever done it with, like the more traditional dual stick type stuff. Better? All right. This stuff keeps happening to me. Okie dokie. Hello, V. Welcome. I appreciate you stopping on by as usual. Is my video signal good now, YouTube? Are you satisfied yet? I mean, hold on. I don't want no stream jitters. Fell asleep last stream. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess it can't be helped. I do have a soothing presence. Still not receiving enough video to maintain. How does this stream look, V? Because, like, YouTube keeps telling me it's bad. It's bad and it's terrible, and I need to go back to the drawing board. How is it not receiving enough video? I don't understand. It seems fine. Let me know if you guys get any stream jitters. Yeah, I think we're good. YouTube's just being ornery. All right. Press A to start. Now we're getting into it. I don't know. Maybe after I post the VOD, I'll edit it back down. And you'll notice I have done a 100% run of this game before. I'm not doing that this time. We're starting fresh. It's been a little while since I've played this one. Yeah, normal difficulty. La la. Oh, yes, where it all began in the Metroid Prime 1. Hopefully, I'll be able to get through this game and then also get through Metroid Prime 2 before Metroid Prime 4 releases. I want to have played all 3 games. We already beat Metroid Prime 3. If you haven't watched that stream, get on it. Get on it. Watch it. There's a lot of really interesting stuff in there, lore-wise. Connecting those dots was absolutely crazy, and it actually shed a whole lot of light on all the stuff that happens in this game. The biggest one we will likely get to in this stream, at least hopefully, because just little tiny spoiler alert for later. Metroid Prime 1. In the second Chozo Lore entry that you get in the logbook, it's listed as Chozo Lore number 2. It basically outlines the basic plot premise of Metroid Prime 4. So, we're gonna get to that. It makes me I'm so excited. Being able to play this game again with fresh eyes, having just come off of Metroid Prime 3, we're gonna be able to talk about all of this stuff in context. But yeah, this is Metroid Prime Remastered. This is not the GameCube version. This is the Switch version. I know that a lot of people are purists out there, but we're sticking with the more visually pleasing version of the game. And frankly, Retro Studios did an impeccable job porting this to the Switch. I mean, look at that. Look at that. There's no way that Metroid Prime 4 looks bad, even on Switch 1. Even the Switch 1 version is going to look better than this. And this game already looks incredible. So, those shaders, though. Alright, let's go, Samus. Okay. Pointer? Hello, Pointer? Can we... Whoa, hold on. Why do I have to point so far down? That's not what I want. Hold on. Ah! Whenever you troubleshoot one thing, something else always comes up. All right. Let's see. So we want options, controls, pointer enables motion control for camera movement and aiming. How do I recalibrate though? Lock on grapple. ZR is reset gyro. Okay. So ZR and R, is that at the same time? Or... Okay, there we go. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay, how do I get trigger buttons to work on that? Is there a way to switch them? Because not that the A button's bad. Hold on. I probably should have done this beforehand. Swap beam and visor. To fine-tune targeting reticle while locked on to enemies on. Just the sensitivity of flick motion. Used to activate Samus's spring ball. Huh. That's gonna be weird. Not gonna lie, but I guess we'll figure it out. We'll make do. Just remember, shooty is the A button. Scan the central pillar to activate them. Okay, so D-pad is still to switch visors. Got it. Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. The switch is directly connected to the force field barrier. Okay. I know a lot of people don't like motion controls, but I've always really enjoyed... Oh, yeah. Up here. Alright, I only have single jump, not double. Jump is R. Okay, use the beam to open doors. I knew that. I forgot what Morph Ball was in this mode. It's a little different on the Switch than it was on the Wii. Last time I played this game with motion controls, it was on Metroid Prime Trilogy for the Wii. That was much longer ago than the more traditional dual stick control playthrough I did of this game. Maybe I'll do some manual control remapping for the next stream, but for now, this'll do. No. There was a map station. Wasn't there? Does that come later? I guess that comes later. Alright, well. No, but look at the ambiance here. It's so crispy. Look at the fire. The fire looks so good. And this is a Switch 1 game. New creatures entry has been added to the logbook. Morphology, parasite, interstellar vermin that travel in swarms. Yeah, we'll get plenty more of that. They feasting on the dead pirates. Morphology space pirate status, death caused by acid burns to body. Chemical type unknown. We talking about Phazon spit? Analysis shows incredibly large muscle structures surrounding the jaw area. Fluid sacs containing acid are also detected. Yep. Acid burn to death. By the Parasite Queen. Way to go, bud. It's at a death caused by severe flame damage to exoskeleton. Burned alive. This game's a lot more violent than it appears on the surface. Platform does not look like it can be activated from this room. Okay. Oh yeah, that's from the backtracking stuff. Escape pod entrance. The vessel has already been jettisoned. Womp, womp, womp. Hi, buddy. Morphology space pirate. Weak life signs detected. He's like, over my dead body. I'm a dead body. All right, over your dead body and onward and upward now. Use your charge to destroy rubble. Got it. Yeah, so these parasites have been mutated by Phazon. There's like blue mist coming out of that. Is that supposed to be Phazon? Okay, so that's... Okay, there we go. Even the morph ball. It's very shiny. Step into the hologram, download. Give me the map! Give me that map! Download the map for this area. Press plus to access the map. When you finish, press plus again to resume play. Alright, so down the elevator we go. So the right stick just moves it. There's a couple different paths by the look of it. Okay. Access the deck beta approved. Step into the hologram. The lighting effects, man. Switch 1. Switch 1 at its finest graphically. Hello, there are 4 people concurrently viewing the stream. Welcome. Feel free to leave lore and whatever speculative theory stuff you have in the chat, because we preparing for Metroid Prime 4, folks. We are getting ready. December 4th is the day, and I will be there on the day. I will not miss that. I will miss a lot of things just so that I don't miss that. What's up, Julian and Ducky? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I know there wasn't any stream announcement this time, but there was a stream scheduled for Friday on my YouTube page. It was supposed to be a different game, but I found out that I'm terrible as DPS in Marvel Rivals, so I decided against that for today. I'm gonna try and get a little better within the next 24 hours, and then we'll jump into the Marvel Rivals thing that was promised before. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional. Parasitic infection has been detected in ventilation systems of Dex Gamma and Beta. Yeah, you better deal with that pest problem. 2 Parasite Queen specimens have become volatile in Deck Beta. This is why we don't play with random mutagenic goo space pirates. Especially the cyan, red, or violet varieties. Doot. Doot. Spoopy music for the spoopy season. How are y'all doing for spoopy season? Y'all got plans, costumes, etc., etc.? I'm actually working on making I'm customizing a hoodie for an IRL Sir Crosspad cosplay. in the real lives. I'm such a dedicated VTuber, I got a VTube IRL as well. Escape pod launch coordinates, Talon IV Research Command Center. Okay, so some pirates escaped. They landed at the research center. Ew. You guys feasting, huh? You guys enjoying your meal there? Yeah, a little too. Oh, hi. Okay, they got away in the vents. What are we exploding? Do I take damage? I do. I take a little bit of damage from the fire. Don't step in the fire. We don't have the full-on Varia suit. Oh, there are 5 concurrents now. Hello, number 5. I'm gonna refer to each of you by numbers until you leave a thing in the chat. Because what else do I have to reference off of? Open sesame door! Thank you. Goodness sake. Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing. Entrance to exterior docking hangar. Oh wait, is that relevant? Deck Alpha, emergency evacuation area, environment unstable. Of course, you have a parasite queen outbreak. Biohazard research, environment normal. Deck Gamma, reactor core and propulsion, current status, environment normal. Okay. Did I get turned around? Am I back to my ship? No, I got turned around. How did this happen? How did this happen? No. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm gonna roll around at the speed of sound as quickly as I can to get back to where I was. That has never happened before, I swear. Not even the first time I ever played this game back on the GameCube has that ever happened. That is insane. How did I do that? I have no idea how I did that. Crazy work. Okay. So I blew up the debris. I went over here. I went in this. I got the map. Yes. Did I not step in the hologram? I thought I stepped in the hologram. Did I turn around and open the door? I think I turned around and opened the door. I'm too excited. I'm too excited for Metroid Prime 4. I keep getting turned around. Warning. Ow. Ow. Oh, it's an electrical fire. Yeah, that would be smart to stay away from. As well as the arcing electricity from the exposed wiring and electrical systems. Okay. Scanning. Specimen cell A status hibernation transfer to phase-on batch. Nope. Don't transfer the phase-on batch. You guys are activating the worst Metroid timeline. Officially activating the worst Metroid timeline. Space pirate status, severe internal damage detected. Well, why you walking, bro? You and your friend there should be in, like, some kind of sick bay. You couldn't have walked to sick bay. Instead, you had to wander around here. Maybe they got nerve system damage. Maybe they don't know the difference between up and down. What is that? Entrance to deck beta security hall. Don't worry though, Ducky. You did not. It's not like you missed a bunch. You missed some technical difficulties and like troubleshooting controls because I'm using motion controls for the first time on the Switch. Break outer casing. Okay, I missed. Okay, I missed again. Okay, I missed a third time. Can we stop missing? That is so precise. Wow. Okay. The aiming is so precise. Ooh. Okay, is that going to be a problem? That might be a problem for me. Oh well, I need a challenge. I've beaten this game so many times. Phase on infusion stage 3. Mutation initiated. Larva status stable. Stop. Stop what you're doing right now. That thing is bathing in Phazon right now. That is the signature cyan blue of death. And it needs to stop. It needs to be stopped. Phazon infusion stage. Also, if you guys like, if this is spoilers to you in any way, if you have been living under a rock and you haven't played Metroid Prime Remastered at the very least, just keep in mind there's gonna be a lot of spoilers over these. Oh no, that's okay, hold up. That's a pirate lore. Okay, we gotta read it in the pirate voice.
Samus has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of underground facilities. Our research frigates Orpheon, Sylux, and Vol Paragon were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroid's healthy, but on restricted feeding schedules due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on the Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue. No sign of pursuit from the hunter.
No sign of pursuit, huh? Well, I'm here. Samus is here. I'm back, boys. And you guys are, I don't even have to hunt you down and kill you. You guys are just gonna kill yourselves with all of this reckless scientific research. Let's see, parasite larva info, harmless unless encountered in large numbers. Ow, don't do it! Specimen solitary holding Phazon level unknown status. Xenotropic life form unstable, use caution. Uh-oh. Xenotropic. What's that mean? Plasmite info, native of Talon IV. Alright, Phazon infusion, stage 4, larva diagnostic, mass 14.5, length 40 with the cell structure failing. That's not good. Or maybe it is good. Maybe these experiments failing, the less of these, the better. There we go, got it. Specimen cell structure failing. Batch 0732C does not match DNA. Terminating infusion sequence. Okay. Infusion analysis 10.2. Infusion analysis 12.5. What does that mean? Biohazard waste removal may begin in 3 hours. Phazon radiation readings must be reported to deck commander before batch disposal. So they were just gonna throw this thing away. In the garbage. Alright. All that Phazon. All that cyan death experiment. 435.8 bioform pain tolerance levels at 13% hold. Alright. Some of these they don't really add any relevance. They're just little tidbits that you can scan. Oh. What are you suffering from? Space Pirate, severe internal damage. Alright. Internal hemorrhaging. And now, energy burns to the face. Yep. He just fell through the colliders there. New research entry has been downloaded in your logbook. Okay, so that's the... Can you stop? Stop. Ow. Man, I'm taking more damage than I'm used to. I'm at 46 health. I don't have any other energy tanks. If I die because of my terrible aim, that'll be par for the course for my terrible gaming skills. Mutagen Tank 2 Phazon match. Oh goodness, Mutagen Tank 3. Yeah, you guys need to stop with that. Stop with that, please. Please stop. Tank 4 Phazon batch 32.03 C. Stop. Okay. Gotta be a little more careful with my health here. I'm not really paying attention. Ice Shriek Bat, native of Talon IV. Yeah, those are the ones that like you only get to scan like once, maybe twice, and if you fail, that's it. You don't get to scan them again. So, I mean, I don't think I'm gonna go for 100% logbook. I'm gonna try and find all the lore, but I am gonna be going for 100% power-ups and pickups and whatnot, so that we get the 100% ending. Ugh. Okay, there we go. Deck Gamma, please step into the hologram. Death caused by severe lacerations to the abdomen. Okay, the parasites just flayed him open, I guess. Rip. Random space pirate. We knew you well. Pour one out for my my space beast boy. Hello there. More swarms. Device does not seem to be functional. There must be something nearby. Oh, that's a living pirate. You're like the last survivor, huh? Space pirate. Minimal injuries assessed. Minimal? It looks like he has a bunch of, like, goo all over him. He had a bunch of goo. That didn't look minimal to me. That looked pretty bad. Is that his blood or something else's blood? Door lock enabled. Please insert metallic sphere to open door. Yeah, that's one thing that's very questionable about the space pirates. Why do they always use metallic spheres to unlock doors? Is that just, like, standard in this universe? Is there no other way? There's literally no other, like, lock mechanism that can be used. Because, like, they wonder why they constantly get infiltrated and hacked by the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. Maybe she's not as good as they think. Maybe they're just terrible at their job. Or maybe they just underpay their security team, and then their security team just, like, does these kinds of things out of spite. No! No! Stop! What are you... No! Really? Okay. Open back up. I didn't want to aggro the things. Hey, what's up, Chris? Welcome. It's good to have you here. All right, let's get. There we go. We are shoosting. All right, so door lock enabled. How did you die? Creature looks like it struggled to get through this door. What is death by door? Okay. Get smashed by a door? I'm a little confused. You look fine. Death caused by cranial trauma. Oh, he got the big bonk. Who gave you the big bonk? That poses some questions, honestly. Who could give cranial trauma? Because the parasites couldn't do that. Space pirate status: death caused by acid burns to the face. Ouch. Parasites could definitely do that though. Acid burns to the face sound like pretty typical parasite behavior. But big bonk? I don't think those tiny little parasites could big bonk a space pirate to death. Do you guys? What if Sylux was here? What if Sylux was here beforehand? What if he gave that space pirate the old kibosh? What if he bonked him on the head with his big old, like, arc gun? Entrance to reactor core. Yeah. Open! Not gonna say Sylux was on Frigate Orpheon confirmed, but who else could give a space pirate the big bonk? That's questions for the ages. All right, let's see if I can get the Parasite Queen without dying. I really hope I don't die. It would be really dumb if I died on the first boss because my aim is garbage. Why, rar to you too, milady. Milady, tilts visor. Hello, Parasite Queen. Good to see you again. How many times have we done this? I mean, you have no memory of this. You're a digital construct in a completely virtual, illusory environment, but Creature's Entry has been downloaded. All right, let's see if we can find any clues here. Parasite Queen, Parasite Female, genetically enhanced by unknown means. We know what the unknown means are. It's Phazon. That's why everything's blue. That's why the mouth is blue. That's why the guts are blue. Phazon. Scans indicate the presence of a potent mutagen. Origins unknown. The Leviathan Seeds. One of them being on Talon IV from the planet phase. All right. Creature exhibits the ability to fire weapon-grade blasts of energy from its mouth, a trait not present in the standard parasite genome. It appears the pirates have begun a bioengineering program with considerable results. Fun. Fun time. Ow. Gotta lock on. Shoot when barrier is not present. Missile. Okay, it's going the opposite direction. Stop it. Dodging. I do like that the dodge is slightly more responsive on the Switch version. Either that or maybe I've just grown so accustomed to it. Despite all that mutation, it sure doesn't put up much of a fight. And I get it. It's the first boss. We'll just chalk it up to, I don't know, this is the abridged version of the final tale, the final account that Samus gave. A beep boop beep boop beep boop. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta get through the pirate frigate. Gotta go fast. Or we'll explode. So we gotta go fast. Alright, access deck beta. Alright, step into hologram. Hologram. Goes into space pirate frigate to investigate. Kills Parasite Queen. Queen dies, falls into reactor. Queen dies, falls into reactor. This was Samus's plan. Brought to you by Gru from Despicable Me. Okay, you guys are very dead. What? Oh, that thing was still okay. This creature is deceased now. Half second ago it was alive. Incubation period was prematurely terminated. Its shell is not yet fully hardened. Ooh. Ooh, it's like a fetus queen. And so it just died. Because it can't exist outside of its synthetic Phazon womb. Headshot. Not that that really gets taken into account in this game. At least not as far as I know. Okay, so already scanned. Stop it. Okay, that's not. Oof, got a little disoriented there. Sorry, everybody. They don't do as much damage as I remember. The way they swarm, though, that really did add to kind of the horror factor and the callback to the Aliens franchise. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's so many of them. I remember back in the day when I tried to like stay behind for each wave of the parasites and ran out of time because I tried to kill all the parasites on my way out of here instead of just running like I was supposed to. My OCD just took over. Ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow. Well, I'm waiting for the door open. Come on, door. Good. What? Stop! Open! Goodness sake! Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. Open sesame! Oh. Forgot about the piston of doom. Oh, I'm supposed to go the other direction! Oh, I'm supposed to go the other direction! Okay. Got it. Just barely. I heard it thud right behind me. I almost got crushed like a swine in a bacon factory. I know that's really morbid, but that is actually how they call swine in a lot of pork processing plants. Just hello, Ridley. I live. As he flies away, swathed in lightning like Frankenstein's monster. So ZL? Oh. The water effects in this game are highly underappreciated. Just gonna throw that out there. The water looks incredible. A lot of people have been saying that they're not very impressed with Metroid Prime 4's visuals. I think they haven't even seen the half of it. I think they're making hasty judgments. I think even though like Retro Studios is kind of budgeting a little bit because they are limited by the Switch 1's hardware. Remember, it's a cross-platform release. Oh good, I lost all my weapons. Fun times. I think they're gonna use that visual budget for certain moments in Metroid Prime 4 that are just gonna be mind-bogglingly pretty to look at. Beep, 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 beep. Why do I not have the map? Okay, that was weird. Very confined corridors deliberately so that you get lost. Okay, that is fire. Do not run towards fire. Can you open, please? Depressurization. Yeah, hurry up. Open. Got to get back to the ship. Oh, yeah. I'll get you, Ridley. Just you wait. If you guys didn't know, I mean, a lot of Metroid fans know this, but Ridley's actually named after Ridley Scott, the creator of the Alien franchise, which Metroid heavily takes inspiration from it, so. He's just a space pirate floating in. Oh my gosh, dude. I shouldn't laugh at that. His blood is boiling in the endless void of space right now. I probably shouldn't be laughing at that, but oh man. Oh man, it's bringing back the memories. The memories. Look at those water effects, man. Even on the Switch 1 hardware. Those water effects. They put a lot of effort into those. And the visuals in this game in particular, you can see the influence because the Retro Studios devs, again, former Acclaim veterans. And if you know anything about the game development company Acclaim, they made Turok. You can play that game on NSO Classics, but it's the M-rated app for the N64. They have Turoks 1 and 2. But just visually, you can see that influence from the Turok games heavily at work here. This looks like it could be a modern day Turok game, practically. Even the underwater like shading effects and the kind of ambient like fog that they put there. The way the water ripples and everything. It's so nice. It's very nice. So I'm not gonna initially, until we get like all of the upgrades, like all of the equipment upgrades, I'm not gonna focus too heavily on trying to 100% the collectibles and pickups so that I can get the 100% ending. Let's see, resilient carapace. Is there any Phazon? Anything lore based here? No, there's not. These are just indigenous critters. Endemic life of the planet. Anyway, I'm going to use a walkthrough so that I can get all the pickups, because unlike Metroid Prime 3, this game does not have the thing where, like, you can jettison these weird pods into space and then they tell you, like, where all of the, at least, like, the general location of all of the power-ups are. You kind of just have to trial and error, go through and, like, find them manually. Oh, I didn't jump. I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna try and keep the collectathon as brief as possible once we get to that point. But I'm just gonna enjoy and play the game up until the time when we need to find all the power-ups. And then once we find all the power-ups, we'll be doing the Impact Crater and we'll fight the final boss. Got the flower. That's like the Flagra flower from the Chozo ruins. So this thing right here is just the basic flower that the Flagra is based on. New creature entry has been blood flower, able to eject toxic spore, toxins, and poisonous even to the blood flower itself. 3 mouth nodules protrude from the stalk beneath the flower, each with a rudimentary brain cluster and the ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower are sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity. What is this? Is this viral? Is this like a virus? Is this thing already infected with something? Or is that just like... I don't know. Retro Studios is not a studio that likes to waste details. So I don't know. That thing might be infected with some kind of virus. Oh. What? What? Okay, hold on. Okay, I gotta approach it like that. Oh, that's a missile door? Where's the first missile expansion? Oof. Okay, that's not where we go then. I need the first missile expansion first. Stone surface, lichen grows, appears to be too smooth to be natural. Yeah, it's a half pipe. The Chozo were occasionally known to engage in extreme sports. One of them, by the last name of Hawk, was very, very good with a hoverboard and would constantly do sick tricks on these half pipes. Yes, the extreme sports space bird known as Antonis Hawk. If anyone gets that reference. Do people still play those games? Do people still like the Tony Hawk series? But I'm not talking about Tony Hawk. He's the human. his exploits are, you know, influential for dear Antinous, but somewhat mundane in comparison to the might and skill of the half-pipe prowess of Chozo warrior Antinous Hawk as he gracefully shredded the half-pipes of the Chozo ruins. Why are we doing that? Samus, recalibrate, please. Can we recalibrate and recenter, please? There we go. Whoa, that was weird. The recalibration on the motion controls seems like it struggles a little bit to regulate on the Switch. It's fine. Talon Overworld North. All right. Even like the sand, man. Like, you know they use these textures in the desert in Metroid Prime 4. Like, guaranteed. Seismic disturbance. And people are like, the desert looks so terrible in Metroid Prime 4. You haven't seen it up close. You've seen it from a distance. I'll bet you anything they've shown you a tiny portion of that desert. I guarantee you there's going to be some moments in there that are going to be mind-boggling. Because Retro Studios doesn't make bad games, man. All the naysayers need to cool it. I don't understand why people already hating on Metroid Prime 4 so hard, man.
Recorded to logbook.
Chozo Lore. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Chozo scripts translated. The history of the. Okay, so. So this is number 1, I'm guessing.
The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however. The Chozo who colonized Talon IV made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our words from time to time.
Ho 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 ho. The words of the ancients imparts their great wisdom upon us. I don't know why I went complete Scandinavian right there for a second. Yeah, like this is on the Switch. This is on the Switch 1. Look at this. This just looks good. This looks nice. Okay, I need to stop. Okay. I'm like swinging my arms around trying to explain this. But like it's so subtle, but it's so effective. Like, it just looks nice. It just looks really good. And then if you see like Samus's like face model at the end of the game, when you get the 100% ending, she takes off her helmet. Like, I've seen PS5 3D models that don't look as good. And it's mostly because of the lighting and the way that the normals behave with the lighting. A lot of PS5 3D models, like, they have a very plastic look to them, and it has to do with some of the like shading algorithms that Unreal Engine 5 uses. It just has a tendency to make things look very plastic. But Retro Studios did not use that. They probably used custom shaders and possibly even a custom shading engine to make them. At the very least, they used some kind of engine that Nintendo gave them. But knowing Retro Studios, part of the reason why they did this remaster is because they wanted to like have a testing ground that was already proven so that they could build the engine, like a custom engine of their own, and like get the maximum out of the visuals that the Switch could offer. Cause like I understand that this is probably baked lighting, but like all these modern games are like abandoning baked lighting in favor of like ray tracing and stuff. Yeah, cause once the door like opens, that shine probably should have faded just a little bit if this wasn't baked lighting. But at the same time, like, baked lighting can go a long way for optimization, and it can also like get the exact same effect that a lot of ray tracing could. I mean visually. I mean as far as the feel and the impression. I don't mean technically. I understand that ray tracing is way more complex than baked lighting, but like you can't deny what works, and if it's not broke, don't fix it, especially if you're working on lower power hardware like the Switch. Anyway, this one, if this is the lore entry, I think it is, this is the big one, guys. This is the reason why this stream is titled what it is. So let's read this. Chozo script translated.
Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers, there, however, we find illumination in other unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozos have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us.
Okay, so let's break that down, guys. Let's break it down. So they took root in Talon 4. Passage of time. The passage of time. This is the key word here, because there's going to be a lot of time travel mechanics in Metroid Prime 4. That was confirmed in interviews with Kensuke Tanabe in 2015. And so, yes, time travel mechanic. The passage of time. It's the belief that many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within the tumbling currents of time's flow. So, this is getting deep and existential. We are going to uncover secrets of the Metroid Prime universe. We're going full-on deep dive. We are going into the beyond. So, even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozos have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Psychic abilities. Psychic abilities. Let me repeat that. Beyond ordinary perception, ESP, right? Extra sensory perception, psychic abilities. That's what they're developing here. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. The infinite, the beyond, the divine, the afterlife, etc., etc. You know what I mean? We're going beyond the event horizon in a black hole in Metroid Prime 4. So this is the basic plot premise of Metroid Prime 4. In Chozo Lore number 2 of Metroid Prime Remastered. Or the original Metroid Prime, because this lore is unchanged from the GameCube. So, I have a weird little speculative theory, and I don't know, maybe I'm reaching a little bit. But, Chozo are bird people, right? The Chozo are bird people. The Chozo have wings, they have claws, they have talons, right? This planet that we are on in Metroid Prime 1, it is called Talon 4. Not Talon, not Talon 1, not Talon 2, not Talon 3, but Talon 4. A lot of people are saying that like Retro Studios is going to immediately start work on Metroid Prime 5 after they release Metroid Prime 4. I'm not so sure. If that's the case, that means that they had a drastic change of plans, because based on just that little storytelling device, why did they call it Talon 4, right? Imagine a Chozo counting on their fingers and raising 4 talons, right? So that Chozo is counting how many games Retro Studios initially planned on putting in the Metroid Prime series. I don't think it was supposed to be Metroid Prime Trilogy from the start. I think they had a quadrilogy planned. because of that second Chozo Lore entry that I just scanned and broke down for everybody here. Like, they are definitely hinting at something like that, at least in my mind. Again, maybe some people would think I'm reaching a little bit. I don't think I'm reaching. This series was planned to be a quadrilogy from the start. They were going to make 4 games, and we have had to wait 18 years since Metroid Prime 3 to be able to play the 4th one in the quadrilogy that was planned from the first game. Otherwise, we wouldn't be dealing with a Chozo Lore that basically outlines the basic story premise of Metroid Prime 4 from the start. And what you notice is that as I go through this game and I start reading the other Chozo Lore entries, it starts hinting at story elements from Metroid Prime 2. It starts hinting at story elements from Metroid Prime 3. And it's all in the first game. There's so much foreshadowing. Like, when I first read these lore entries, there's no way I could have even, like, fathomed just how deep all of this ran. Like, because everything was so, like, cryptically worded and rooted in, like, this weird, like, mystic speech. Their word choice was very vague. It was like they were speaking in riddles, right? But in retrospect, after playing Metroid Prime 3 especially, and beating that 100%, this game is packed to the gills with lore that was indicating that this was supposed to be a quadrilogy from the start. This is unfinished business and unfinished work. So, Nintendo, when they set Retro Studios to work on this, I mean, why would they do that? Nintendo isn't a company that really likes to admit their mistakes. They really don't. But obviously with the team that they put to develop Metroid Prime 4, something was not working. Oh no, oh no, oh get out of the acid. Okay. Here I am gabbing, and now I fell into the acid and died because the little critters knocked me in there. Anyway, Nintendo's not one to admit their mistakes. And when they set the first team in 2017 to start working on Metroid Prime 4 when they first announced it, that team got kicked off. They couldn't hack it. They couldn't make it work. And I think it's because Nintendo realized, oh no, Retro Studios like wrote this as a quadrilogy from the start, and we didn't let them finish. And now that these other people are trying to pick up the story, it's coming off as really inconsistent, and the game feel is weird and wrong, and this is just not working out. So let's get those people off the project, and let's get Retro back in here. I even wonder, honestly, if they were planning on canceling Metroid Prime 4 altogether, but then Retro Studios already had a pitch prepared for Metroid Prime 4 because it had been written so far in advance. They probably pitched a script to Nintendo that was like something like a decade old at that time. Like, it was already 10 years old. Maybe even more. Maybe even like 12 years old. And because it was so good, Nintendo was like, all right, we admit our fault. We admit our mistake. We're going to put Retro Studios back on the project. Kick all those other people off. Hand Retro Studios back the license. And let's do this right. Ow. Stop. Ow. This is hard. This is hard with motion controls. Uh-oh. Am I gonna be stuck here? Okay, I'm kind of getting them. Just don't fall in the acid, whatever you do, Samus. Got you? Oh no. How many times do I have to hit that thing? Ow, don't knock me in the acid, please. Don't. Ooh, you can hear them buzzing by you in your ears. The way that the sound is like designed, it pans from one side of the headphones to the other. It just goes whomp right past your ears. It's so cool. Hold on. Where are you at? This little dude is out for blood, man. Okay, so I broke one. It's like one of three, right? Whomp. Oh, this is awful. If I keep dying here, I might just have to switch off of motion controls to just do this. Because this fight was not designed with motion controls in mind. Ow! 2 at a time? Don't hit me with 2 at a time, that's too many. Ow! Yeah, I'm gonna die. I might have to switch to hybrid controls or something. Maybe if I had missiles or something. Come on, man. Whoa! Dang! That like whipped me right around in circles. Oh no! Oh no! I didn't even get a single hit in. Okay, all right. Yeah, this was not designed for motion controls. I'm not good enough at aiming for this, and I have too little health. I don't have enough energy tanks. 9. Yeah, we're gonna try this again. For all my lore studying and speculating on this game, I never claimed to be an MLG or claimed to be super good at video games. This, to be fair though, this boss fight was not designed for pointer controls. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I'm gonna cheat the system a little bit. We're gonna kind of temporarily just go back to classic controls because you kind of need that lock on, man. Buzz. Just I gotta remember to switch it when I get there. Can we get the beetles, please? Are the beetles not? There we go. Got the scarabs. Very squish. Up. Glad the run back on this isn't super long. I've been playing Hollow Knight lately, and I've been learning terms from the Metroidvanias, like runbacks, coined by the MLG community and the speedrunners. All right, so control scheme. Yeah, let's do dual stick because I don't. Yeah. Heavy use of lock on here. I'm not gonna draw this out and get stuck on a single boss fight because I'm terrible at aiming with the motion controls. I remember struggling a lot with Metroid Prime Trilogy on the Wii. Ow! Whomp. Whoa, more Whomp. one. Oh, 3 at a time. Ow. That's not very nice of you. I don't remember this fight being challenging. Why does this fight feel challenging? Okay, so that's the second one. This is a lot easier with the lockup. Do not knock me in the acid. That was close. That was too close. Wimp. Wump. Can you imagine, like, insectoid hornets that can just murder you? That sounds horrifying. I don't like that. Like, bees and hornets and wasps, like, they're bad enough IRL, but having a variant that can just, like, physically murder you, that does not sound fun or enticing. I mean, it's kind of fun in a video game. Please break it. Okay, there we go. So I played Silksong for that first day because I was lucky enough to get it through the Steam shop crash. Have not played it since. Really? I mean, Silksong's great. I haven't played it on stream because it's such a good game that I just wanted to, like, enjoy it. Maybe once I'm done with this whole, like, Metroid Prime kick that I'm on. And honestly, it's what I've established my entire channel on at this point. Like, I can't stop now. Like, I have 5 missiles. Why you no shoot? Yeah, I know that. Oh. So if you're not using pointer controls, it's a different button. Okay, that's weird. Let's see, I will play it eventually, but I have so many games I'm already in the middle of right now. Yeah, no, I feel that. There's a good number of really good indies that have come out. Yooka-Replay just came out. There's a remake of Yooka-Laylee, and, like, Yooka-Laylee was... Some people thought it was mid. I thought it was alright. It was maybe like a 7 out of 10. But Yooka-Replay is like an 8.5. Maybe even a 9. Because they, like, refined everything about it. Alright, we're back on pointer controls. Okay, flat surface, press A. Okay, it's on a flat. Okay, whoa, whoa. Okay, there we go. Goodness sake! All right, energy tank. Thank you. No, but I found a place in Hollow Knight Silksong that is very unforgiving. Even with all the patches that they did to make certain areas in the game easier, I managed to find a place that I don't know if they did patch it. That means that it was, like, scary difficult before. Like, my goodness, difficult before. But yeah, all the enemies still do 2 damage in that area. It's pretty harrowing. I've gotten pretty decent at Silksong, I'll admit. Okay, so we supposed to backtrack? I got an energy tank, and I got the missile launcher. So now we go for Morph Ball, yes? I'm assuming we go for Morph Ball. Did I scan these? I did not.
Recorded to logbook.
There we go. Plasmite, storing energy. Track the source of heat thriving on energy present there. Emit light when hunting. Small burst when threatened. Yeah, when you're not flying around in circles and coming from all directions, it's not so bad. That means there's power up. Where's the power up? Is it there? Brimstone. Okay, and then we gotta scan the shroomses. Blast cap. All the chemicals within the weed toxic fungal cap may explode if agitated. Yeah, so this poison is based on like the blood flower, and the blood flower mutates and becomes the Flagra, which is the boss in the Chozo ruins for the uninitiated. Up. We'll get there. I don't know. We might get to the Flagra this stream. We might. It's possible. It's doable. Got the map. I know this place pretty well, so I mean we'll kind of use the map, but like I'm not gonna be like insanely dependent on it. I've played this game many times, so I wouldn't say I know it like the back of my hand quite, but I know it very well. They swarming. Did I scan those? Yep, I did. There's two. Oh. I am the exterminator. I am exterminator. Save station. Got to replenish the energies. Waka 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 waka. It's one thing that I will give props to for the Retro Studio devs, as well as the Mercury Steam devs who made Metroid Dread. They definitely like considered a lot about Samus's character when they designed the 3D models, because like she looks very like broad-shouldered and looks like she could like smash your face in with a single punch. Like super easy. and especially like the way that they made her sprint in Metroid Dread. Like she runs like an athlete. She even like walks and like I don't know, she just like I don't know if they did mocap for the animation in Metroid Dread, but just like an athlete, like a soldier who is well seasoned, who can do all kinds of crazy ninja moves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, a lot of people, including Nintendo, with like Metroid Other M and stuff, they'll draw Samus as kind of like, I don't know, a little more typical feminine build and stuff. But like, it's like they made her look like a model or something. That just does not fit Samus's character whatsoever. Samus is a warrior, and she will destroy you. Her character design should reflect that much. Which, as I said, the Mercury Steam devs, as well as the peoples at Retro Studios, they do a very good job at communicating that aspect of Samus's character, just by the way that she stands and moves, and like how broad-shouldered she is, and all that stuff. She will crush you. She will destroy her enemies with extreme prejudice. Okay, so yeah, morph ball. Right? Why can't I scan that? There we go. Okay, so we got a beetle here. We got a big chunky boy beetle. So the blue orbs seem to be simple light sources. Okay, I was thinking those were like Phazon or something for a second. They got the eerie cyan glow. Not Phazon. Ow. Can we kill one at least? Let's not stagger our shots. Let's focus down and cull the herd a little bit so they have less damage sources to worry about. You guys keep getting in the way of the ones that I'm trying to shoot. Are they respawning? I feel like they're respawning. Yeah, they're respawning. How many of them do I have to murder before they stop respawning? Blab, blab, blab. Okay, so got them. Got them all. Here comes the big boy. The big boy with the big stabby face. Coming at you like a batter ram. The beetle's gonna stab your face again. Ow, that hurt. Okay, downloaded logbook. Is the plated beetle related to Phazon in any way? Rear abdomen. Creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives the advantage of combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks. Only surfacing when it detects vibration above, and then it maneuvers itself so as to always face its rival, keeping its exposed abdomen protected. Isn't that a thorax? I think that's a thorax. But I guess they weren't super sure if people would quite pick up on that, maybe? I don't know. I only got 2 hits on that. Just a few at a time. Cat-like speed and reflexes, beetle boy. You got nothing. That's a very simple pattern. I can't remember if this thing managed to defeat me the first time I ever played against it. Bro. Got it. Alright. He's dead. Bing ding bing bong. What happened? What? What's going on? There we go. Hold on. What? Why? Why you do? Chill. Okay, they're... The calibration on these motion controls, man. I feel like the Wii was slightly more stable. I can kind of see why people prefer the dual stick. Because as much as I like motion controls, I will admit the motion controls in this one are not quite as smooth as they were on Metroid Prime Trilogy. The Wii remote just feels better to motion aim with. It's more ergonomically designed for that specific purpose. Additional downloaded to the inventory screen. Yeah, and then we gotta come back here when we got bombs so I can blow up that. And then we gotta, you know, come back when we got the boost balls so we can do the half pipe. And follow in the footsteps of Antonis Hawk, the greatest X Games Chozo that ever did live. Stop it. Stop. Ay, 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 this motion calibration stuff. Can we please? Can we please? Okay. There we go. The music gets all like, oh yeah, I'm getting my equipment back. We gotta pick up the rhythm. DJ, hit that beat. Can I jump well in Morph Ball? No. I imagine I have to get the bombs first. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so Morph Ball bombs are going to be in that general vicinity, so we gotta run the circuit around through there, if I remember correctly. I'm not a speed runner, but I have played this game a lot, so I do have a general gist of where to go and what order. Okay, wrong button. Let's just run past y'all. You guys are no wrong button. Blow it up. Okay, I'm already getting the buttons confused on Morph Ball and Missile. You gotta love those sound effects, man. Even the charge beam, the charge beam sound effects that's in this game, they use them like regularly in like Hollywood blockbuster movies. And I don't know if Retro Studios designed that sound and now they license it out, or if it was anyway, whoever designed that sound, the charge beam sound for Metroid Prime, I salute you. That sound designer deserves a medal. Yeah, so you don't want to touch them, but you also don't want to murder all of them. I say don't touch them as I touch it. Yeah, because they're a light source as well. And that didn't really work as well in the GameCube. Like okay. Nope. Ouch. I don't know how I found safe footing there, but I did. Yeah, but the whole lighting effects thing didn't work quite as smoothly on the GameCube. But they got it working very well here. Okay, so let's check the map. Yeah, we're going around. We're heading around the mountain, and then we're gonna circle right back into the main plaza. So this is the correct path to the Morph Ball bombs. Up. Intense heat. Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong. All right, this is definitely not where I'm supposed to be. I was so sure of myself until I wasn't. There we go. Open sesame. Hi, Shriek Bats. Oh, as usual, y'all are really annoying to scan. Thanks for nothing, guys. Thanks for murdering yourselves and doing absolutely no damage to me. Just harming yourselves.
Recorded to launch.
What's up, Oddish? Welcome. Okay. A new creature's entry, Reaper Vine. Let's see. Reaper Vine keeps constant visual, but his vision is limited to 10 meters. A scythe-like appendage. Swing blade and enters on the perspective. Okay. So I think these are from the Flagrep. It doesn't explicitly state any semblance of like phazon infection on these things, but like where else would they be from? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're just tentacles that, you know, are kind of like barnacles, but are far more deadly. And they just kind of attach to rock surfaces and stay there for however long they live. I mean, they don't disappear after you defeat the Flagra, so I don't know, maybe. 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 More missile door. And then more save station. We save frequently in this house just in case we die repeatedly. We do not want to die repeatedly. Hi. Okay, got the scan. One of them managed to hit me. Internal temperature making them easy to spot with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings while hunting for small prey. Fiercely territorial, they dive bomb between it long as me. Yeah, but why do they murder themselves? That does not seem conducive to survival. This makes zero evolutionary sense. Just like those weird, like, spinning reptiles from the Avatar movies, and not the Last Airbender. I'm talking about the other ones. What's his name? The guy who did Terminator, James Cameron. That's what I'm trying to. That's the person I'm trying to refer to right now. Toxicity levels, critical contact, extremely hazardous.
That which fouls the waters seeks the sun.
That's such like an obscure little reference right there, but that's just how do you defeat the Flagra? There it is. It seeks the sun. Deprive it of its sunlight, and then you'll be able to do it.
The poison comes from Talon's core.
Now that's a reference to the Talon IV Leviathan Seed, which houses the death. The Metroid Prime, the thing that eventually becomes Dark Samus. So the source of the poison, you think that when you first play this game, you're like, oh, was it the Flagra? But then you really think about it, you're like, no, that thing wasn't in Talon's core. And then you continue to think about it. And then you're like, oh, it's the Phazon crater. It's the Phazon crater thing. Oh! You know what I mean? Okay, so this is where we get the charge beam. Can I get the charge beam without the morph ball bombs? Or do I need... I don't think I need the morph ball bombs to get the charge beam. Okay, ow. Ow, stop it. Ow, stop. Get off the acid. Ow, come on. 39. Oh, I can't scan the symbols until runic symbol's been activated. Okay, so there's one. What is that one? Ow, stop it. What? Shrooms! Stop! I'm almost down a full energy tank. Oh, goodness. All right, there's number 2. Get some health back. My goodness. I can hear it. Roots originate over walls, no decomposition detected. Host plant appears to thrive on toxic water. So those are the roots of the Flagra, huh? Scary. Is that map-wise in the direction of where you fight the Flagra? It is. Oh! See, that's the kind of attention to detail you can expect from Metro Studios. And people are saying that it's that Metroid Prime 4 is going to be a bad game, or that it's uninteresting, or that it's mid. I haven't seen anything flashy, or I haven't seen a big, Marvel style epic battle for the universe type set piece, crazy story moment. Like that's not what Metroid. That's not how the Metroid works. Metroid is all about ambiance and eeriness and just kind of generally creeping you out a little bit here and there. Okay, so there's number 3. Where's number 4? Oh no.
Oh no, I missed it. I missed it somewhere.
Hi, ow. It's not that? No, that looks like a drain. Aha, there it is. Okay, I forgot about the one that was right by the front door. At least I'm pretty sure this is the charge beam, if memory serves. Yeah, because then the eyeballs pop out. Yeah. No, I'm remembering right. It's got a hammer and sickle on it! It could just be door about farming. Ooh, more Chozo lore. What other cryptic secrets do you hide, my bird-like friends? Chozo scripts translated.
Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became truth. A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon IV in a night, as a spider weaves a web.
Yeah, see, like, we already have references to corruption. Like, I'll bet you anything they were already planning on calling Metroid Prime 3 Corruption as its subtitle. Like, guaranteed. There's no two ways about that. And the great poison is the Phazon. That's what they're talking about here. All right, got our charge beam back. I forgot how ugly those eyeballs are. Those look like the Nemesis eyeballs from Resident Evil. But we can charge beam you dead. We can pop your retinas and your corneas and dead. Oh, is that? Yeah, I gotta come back here when I have morph ball bombs. Gotta come back here when I got the bombs. The BAMs. Speaking of which, I have to consult the map again and figure out where I was supposed to go to get the morph ball bomb. Open sesame. Okay, so from the main plaza. Okay, so we gotta go back to the Arboretum. So we're gonna go through here and then we're gonna hang a right, go back to the Arboretum. And then, no, through here. Wait. What? That's the arena with the Flagra, though. Oh. Okay, so it's a big circle. I gotta go up through here, all the way down here. Yeah, go back to the Hive Totem. Yeah, because there was a missile door right there. Okay. All right, we gotta backtrack. Ladies and gentlemen. Gotta backtrack to get them morph ball bombs. Nope. We'll save first and get our health back because we're almost down a whole energy tank. Wee woo, wee woo, wah wah wee woo. Waka 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 waka. Stop, 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 stop. Stop wandering. Stop wandering, motion controls. I believe in you. You can do it. Don't wander. Over yonder. Okay, there we go. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey,
Hey!
okay. Open the door, and then here's the Arboretum. Okay, now, from the Arboretum, we want to tread the path that we've already trod. Ow. I know that I just took damage, but I promise you it was on purpose. It was not by accident. It's just slightly shorter to do it that way. Trying to respect everyone's time here. Make as much progress as possible. Doodaloo, 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 doodaloo. I can't get that missile expansion until I have... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Ow. Stop it. I didn't make the jump. Acid. It burns us. It freezes. Give me some health back, guys. Okay, alright. We got mostly full health. We're not sticking around for that. Just roll on past them. Blow up that one, and blow up that one before they even get to release their little minions. Alright, then we go here, go back to the Hive Totem. Now once we get to the Hive Totem, we go through the missile door. Oh, that was shorter than I thought. Hello, eyeballs. I can blast you now. Ooh. Pop like a bunch of zits. Ooh. Also, gotta love that reflection on the visor. Wham. Whoa, I just saw Samus's face. That's crazy, bro. We'll forego the save station. It's not like there's a big boss fight or something. Besides, we'll definitely be back through there. Or back through some other direction that will then take us to where we need to go. Back over by the Arboretum and all that stuffs. Yeah, I need morph ball bombs before I can do that. So, I guess we're gonna... It'd probably be best to come back the long way then, because then we can get the power-ups there. Wee woo, wee wee woo, wee wee woo. Bing ding a bing a bong, bing ding bong a bong, bing a bing a ding. Yeah, we couldn't morph ball before when we were in here, so we had to backtrack. But now we backtracked again, and we can go through here. Hi. Elevator for the morph ball. We're in the walls with the morph ball. glad there are no beetles in the walls, cause that would be hard to fight them with the morph ball. Magmore Caverns north already? Hold on. Oh, that's the spider ball. Yeah, so this is how you get back to... Yeah, you have to have super missiles in order to blow up the cordite things. And that's a lot of war wasps. Oh boy. Yeah, not worrying about that. But yeah, once you get the super missile, you can blow up the cordite there. And then... Oh, hi. And then once you blow up the cordite... Oh, come on! Once you blow up the cordite, you can scan those things, and then you can go back into the Flagra's thing and get the relic after the fact. Hello, numbers 4 and 5. Welcome to the chat. I see y'all in there. I'm gonna refer to you by numbers until you say something. Share your theories. I was just talking about how the second Chozo Lore entry in Metroid Prime Remastered here, as well as the original Metroid Prime for the GameCube, basically gives us the basic plot premise for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. It's crazy work. Oh no, I'm skipping over more Chozo Lore. Hold on, let's try that again. Voice acting time.
The future is a vague thing, ever changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we could never hope to control what has yet to occur.
Hold on, let me... I pressed the button with... Dang it!
The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its water dries up, and there is nothing we can do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never run dry.
So, I don't know, man. Like, if the Chozo were moving toward the possibility of seeing the future, right? Because that's what that's referring to. And then there's a bunch of time travel mechanics as well as psychic abilities that Samus has. And it's vaguely indicating that the Chozo of Talon IV were starting to develop similar psychic abilities, right? Are we gonna have a future sight mechanic in Metroid Prime 4? Like, are we gonna be able to look into the future in weird way? Like, is that gonna be part of, like, one of the scan visors? It'll be like the seer visor, the soothsaying visor. How did I do this again? Appears to be the first of 3 locking mechanisms that seal the gate. Lock is active if the key slot is weak. Okay. Oh, that's a missile. That's a missile expansion? No, my memory has failed me. Where's the morph ball bombs then? Ruined Shrine. Oh, noes! Okay, so that's where the lava is. I can't get in there. That's where the Flagra is. I can't get in there. Watery Hall, Gathering Hall. Oof. I made the goof. I did the wrong. Okay. Let's try that again. Oh, hello. We got number 6. Welcome, number 6. I'll refer to you as number 6 until you say something in the chat. Do you got any Metroid Prime 4 theories, number 6? I would love to hear them. Okay, so that was a bust. I need morph ball bombs in order to get that missile expansion. Hold on. No, but there's an energy tank back there. Hold on. I'm jumping the gun again. All right, go back. Oh, I put number 6 on the spot and they left. That's all right. It's all right. Don't worry, number 5. I won't put you on the spot in the same way. Hope your day's going well, though. Hope you've had a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, all the way back into the past. Okay. Get out of my face, beetles. Oh, okay. Dude, you've been wandering around too much. You can't be... Oh, that's right. It was the hive thing. Okay. So the thing with the flamethrower. I remember now. I just went to the wrong place. Either way, I got an energy tank out of it. At least for that. Ah, did number 6 return, or is this a different number 6? Whether you're the same number 6 or the new number 6, welcome number 6. There was a second there where we had 7. Just a tiny little smidgen of time. Did you know, number 6? That Metroid Prime, the second Chozo Lore entry in Metroid Prime, so this game, gives us the basic story premise for Metroid Prime 4. It is very exciting. Wait, was this the right way? I think this was the right way. I'll check the map once I'm done saving and getting my health back. Hi, nice to meet you there. Got real up close and personal up at that save station. Okay, can we not? Wrong button. Ow! Stop! Your needled thorax is very stabby and I don't like it. Okay, yeah, no. But this was the Chozo Lore entry. Once I kill these beetles. We'll scan the Chozo Lore entry just again for posterity's sake, right here. I'll prove it to you. Many long years of passage of Chozo first, passage of time, keyword there. So if you read that, then you start talking about truths of the universe hiding within the tumbling currents of time's flow, right there. And then, the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have begun to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. So yeah, basic premise of Metroid Prime 4. That Chozo Lore alone, just that one in particular, was enough to just like send sparks flying in my brain. I have to over-explain this to random people on the internet because it makes my neurodivergent brain go nuts. Hey, stop. Stop it. Get some help. Okay, so we're going the right direction. It's just once we go through here. Are we going the right direction? No, we're not. I'm such a doober. Oh, I just came this direction. Okay, so no. The Arboretum is through it's across the bridge. Okay. I'm not a speedrunner. I haven't memorized all of the paths that you must trace in the most efficient pattern possible, so that you have to backtrack the least. Bing ding ka bing a bong. Woo! Woo, going through this Mission Impossible style. Only got hit once. I only lost an arm in the process, but it'll grow back. Samus is part Metroid, after all. I mean, not like by birth, but by weird genetic splicing from Super Metroid or something. It's a weird... Ow! You guys are being a little more savage than usual. I don't appreciate it. Die. Die, evil bugs. The evil bugs need to die. These evil bugs also... Whoa, whoa, what? Why did that happen? I got caught on the colliders. I couldn't jump. Okay. Let's try that again. Yep. Up. Blow that up. Blow that up. There. That way I don't have to deal with all that buzzing. All that incessant noise. Ow. Okay, so up through here, up over yonder way. Ow. Okay, so now we're back to the Arboretum. Okay. Please jump, Samus. Jump, please. Please jump. Please jump and do not fail me. I tell you to jump, you must jump. Okay, so... Hey, 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 whoa. Hey, whoa. Whoa, hey. Okay, then we go through here. We get our visor all fogged up. And then we'll stop by the save point just real fast. And then we gotta go up instead of through the door on the lower level. Then we'll go to the hive thing with the flamethrower, and then we will flamethrow a bunch of bees. That sounds weird when you really break it down. Is Samus just a glorified bug exterminator in this universe? Wait. No, I want to get up there. Okay, I can get up there through here. There. Yes. Yes. Oh, no. No, bad. That was bad. That was bad. I did not want to do the bad. Please do the good. And jump, please. There, got it. Yeah! Okay, what is that? Path of corruption leads ever high. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, the corruption. We got references, more references in Metroid Prime 3. I'll bet you anything that is... So, like, the path to corruption leads ever higher. I'm wondering if that's talking about, like, the higher dimension that Planet Phase exists within in Metroid Prime 3. Or I could just be, like, grasping at straws. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too far into it, but that's what I like to do. You don't break down lore for a video game and not dive too far into it. It's obligatory. I needs must dive too far into it. Alright. Okay. Shoost the eyeball. Blap this eyeball. Alright, there we go. Okay, so now there was puzzle stuff in this room. Oh. Red energies.
Recorded to logbook.
Yep. Got the research. Is that the first time I've seen a red energy? I think it is. Okay, so it doesn't have the platforms. I'm gonna have to activate it. I just ran right past those guys. Okay, can't go that way. That is death. Am I going here prematurely? No, I'm not. Okay, there's another hallway. If I could hit at least some of the shriek bats, please. Oh man. Getting used to motion controls on a Switch controller is actually not easy.
Recorded to logbook.
It's surprisingly wonk. Morphology: stone toad preys on creatures similar than itself, vulnerable only from within. Okay, sorry, I had to recalibrate the motion control again. Desyncs real fast. It's kind of surprising. So if by chance you guys are coming in and out of the stream because you're having to refresh or something like that, I would recommend like going to your YouTube settings and reducing the resolution of the video just a smidge, just a hair. That might reduce jitters and lag, because on my part, YouTube's saying I have an excellent connection and stream is running fine. But I am streaming at 60 frames per second, so that might, depending on your device might, benefit from reducing the resolution just a hair. Yeah, burn the hive. Show those. Oh, yeah, I forgot the war wasps here are specialized. Yep. Barbed war wasp. Airborne insect ability. Does this one, aggressive member of the war wasp family, insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. That's a lot. That's 60 feet. That's quite a distance. Second after launch contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey. Ew. Please don't pre-digest me, war wasps. Would very much prefer not to be pre-digested during stream. They were just a bunch of peace-loving, poison-barbed, spitting bees until I came in here. Are these somehow infected with Phazon, I wonder? There we go. There's another lore entry later on in the game that talks about how, like, the Phazon turned certain endemic life in the planet way more aggressive and like way more threatening. So yeah, that's now we got the morph ball bombs. This is what I was trying to get. Apologies for taking so long and running us all in circles the entire time, but I got it. All right, morph ball bomb acquired. Well, morph ball mode, press A to drop a bomb. Let's do some bombing. I'm the Mad Bomber. And another missile expansion. Ha ha ha. It's gonna be so annoying because I'm not using a walkthrough checklist. We're probably gonna end up like retreading all this ground and like checking off boxes in the process to make sure did I get that power up? No. Maybe. Did I get this power up? Yes, I did. Did I get that power up? I'm not sure. Because again, I really hope that I know that a lot of people are like, I don't want my handheld. I don't want the game to tell me where the power-ups are, and I really resent Metroid Prime 3 for telling me where all the power-ups are. Here's the thing about the stuff in Metroid Prime 3 that tells you where all the power-ups are. It's all optional scans. You do not have to scan them. You don't even have to visit that room if you don't want to. You can just walk right past it. So, like, I don't really understand the gripe even with Metroid Prime 3 because, like, in my opinion, as an adult with a life and responsibilities, I need, in Metroid Prime 4, I need some sort of mechanic that will tell me, whether it's like an ESP upgrade where, like, oh, Samus can sense that there's a power-up nearby. You know what I mean? Like, make it optional. Make it an opt-out. Turn it off by default. But, like, for those of us who don't want to waste our time going to every single room 10 different times, I would really prefer it if we got a mechanic that Samus, go, please. Samus! The acid level will rise back up, please. But I need a mechanic that'll show me where the power-ups are. At least the room or the vicinity. Some kind of scanning radar. Whatever it takes. Just please, whatever you do not, I repeat, do not go back to the system that is in Metroid Prime 1, where you just have to, like, trial and error seek out where the power-ups are and then look up walkthroughs on, like, IGN or whatever website. Where's the... Oh, okay, there we go. Almost didn't get it. It was going beep beep boop beep beep boop, which means that it's gonna fail the puzzle. All right, but we unlocked the door. Womp womp, womp womp, and the puzzle music is over. Everybody, situation is a normal. Hiya, hi, 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 hiya, hey hey. What's down there? There's lava down there? There's lava underneath the floorboards here? How did I never notice that? That's kind of cool. It's like cooled lava underneath those grates. I did not realize magma. I mean, there's cinders behind the grate. How did I never realize these details on my mini playthroughs of this game? Oh, energy tank. Nice. I wasn't expecting that. I just kind of stumbled on it. Stumbly. I did a bumbly stumbly. Just kind of going from point A to point B, looking for things and stuff. Okay, so I need the spider ball to access anything else here. Yeah. So this is about the extent of this area. All right. So I can get another missile expansion if I go back through here and then go around in that big circular circuit. Yeah, so I'd have to go through the ruined nursery, gallery, hive totem, and then there's also a couple missile expansions I could get by going through that. Brrr, that's a long trek backwards. But it looks like it's a straight shot. Just keep going straight. Straight forward. It's nice having an extra energy tank, though. That always helps with boss fights and whatnot. Ow! That was a shriek bat right to my facial area. My frontal skull is fractured. I may never recover. Okay. Shriek bats, we get it. We get it. We get it. You like to blow yourselves up in order to annoy your enemies. I got it. Oh, I need the double jump to get up there. That make me sad. Right? This is the correct way. Hold on. Referencing map. Oh, but there's that. Okay. So I might know where another missile expansion is. Yeah, let's just stop by. This is a quick stop. Quick stop. Now that we got more fall bombs. Ouch. Already got that missile expansion. Shriek bats in my face. Ow, they exploded. Ow, 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 they exploded. Alright, yeah, we gotta get rid of some of these eyeballs here. Don't want a Mission Impossible that. Or Resident Evil 4 laser grid that. Whichever one, just pick your poison as far as your weird references to either movies or video games. Opening, rolling, missiling, opening again. Another door. This is just a metal floor. There's no... Okay. Moderate mechanical activity indicates machine is still active. Structure heavily weak and sufficient blast trauma will result in complete destruction. Okay, does that mean missile? That means missile. Okay. Yes! Another day, another missile expansion. And then we'll have to come back when we have a spider ball to this room. Pardon me. Hey, whoa, hey, whoa. Oh my gosh. That was a lot of energy we just lost. Okay. Ow. Yeah, recklessly taking damage in the name of speed. Oh, no, shrieky bats! Stop your shriekies! Do not shrieky at Miki! Ow. Okay, I'm kind of starting to get the hang of the motion controls. Somewhat. Still struggling a little bit, but kind of starting to get the hang of it. Yeah, that one's Spider Ball, right? Yeah, it's over there. Hey, no! Don't knock me into the water. Oh, there's a Chozo Lore entry here.
Recruiting to
Well, I'm glad I came this direction. Chozo script translated.
The surges of negative energy brought by the meteor far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison, as it is already spread, seeping into the planet and hardening.
That's very sad. Yeah, so like what they're describing is basically in Metroid Prime 3. Like in this game, you don't really know what the source of the great poison is. Like everything is just really cryptic. You're like, the poison? Oh, it must be the poison in the water supply here, which is partially true. But the poison in the water supply is only intensified by the phazon mutation of one of those crimson blood flowers. And then it produces the flagra, because it horribly mutates the flower into this weird, like, praying mantis type monster beast thing. But the spread of the great poison is actually the phazon, which you don't really come into contact with until a little bit later in the game. You kind of see it a little bit on the space pirate frigate Orpheon at the very, very beginning. But if you don't know what it is, you're just like, oh, weird, they're doing mutation experiments, and then they're making the parasite shoot green poison beams. It must be green poison beam that is the source of death. You know what I mean? But it's all a red herring. It's all the cyan death of phazon. But what I'm getting at is that in Metroid Prime 3, by that point we know that the meteors that crash into these planets, they're called Leviathan Seeds, and the Leviathan Seeds plant themselves within a planet, and then they start like spreading like a virus. Like they literally start feeding off of the planet, mutating the endemic life of the planet, until eventually the place is just uninhabitable and the planet eventually becomes like phase, which is the source of all the phazon. And once the planet becomes like phase, it becomes another host by which phase can spread its disease throughout the galaxy. Are you guys coming out anytime soon, please? Yeah, but it's literally like this cosmic horror disease spread that's very similar to like viral infections. You know what I mean? Because Metroid as a series just likes to you know, deal in virology and the dangers of like viruses and how they spread and, you know, how horrifying they can be. Which all of us lived through a pandemic. Like we can all identify. We can relate. I feel like they should explore more of that kind of stuff, but I don't know. Maybe they'll be leaning too much into the existentialism of the great beyond. Bing ding bing ding bonk. Yeah, I have to recalibrate this so much. Alright, so we got another missile expansion. I know that this is like the 4th time we've visited this room. But it's such a fun room to visit. It's the room with the pivotal Chozo Lore entry that connects Metroid Prime 1 with Metroid Prime 4. And I still think that this was meant to be a quadrilogy from the start, because the planet is named Talon IV. And if a Chozo were to count to 4, they would use 4 talons, would they not? So why would they call it Talon 4? Like, why not just call it the planet Talon? You know what I mean? Like the planet Zebes is just the planet Zebes. It's not the planet Zebes 6 or something from Super Metroid. So, oh, wrong button. Wrong button. Explode the hive, please, so that I don't have to deal with them. Alright, and then this leads around, and then we get another missile expansion. I'm so glad that Retro Studios gets a chance to complete their quadrilogy, though, because if that hadn't happened, it would have been an utter devastating travesty. I mean, they did kind of tie up a lot of loose ends in Metroid Prime 3, don't get me wrong, but especially with the lore entries that you find in this game, there would have been a lot of unanswered questions. A whole lot of unanswered questions. And I probably would have obsessed over them for too long and been like, what am I missing? What in Metroid Prime 3 could have happened that I missed? Is this correct? Am I going? Yes. Yes. We gotta go to the vault. That's where we going, to the vault to get the missile expansion. Wham. Warm. Just vibing to the beats. The lovely, lovely beats of the Chozo ruins. Go in, please. Do not get stuck on the wall like last time. Hup. Hup. Shrink-a-dink. Alright, now we can go around here. And then we can bomb here. Bing, ding, bing, bong. Lock one disengaged. Hup, jump. Break that. Bomb this one. Okay, and then here we got a double jump. Which, that's made so much easier with the flick of the Wii Remote. They added that in Metroid Prime Trilogy, where instead of having to plant a bomb to jump, you just gotta flick your wrist up to jump. That was a big quality of life improvement, because, like, even though it was slightly impressive and you got a small amount of satisfaction from doing a traditional morph ball double jump, it was a little tedious and a little annoying and maybe not the funnest gameplay mechanic, and I'm glad they changed it. Okay. More beetles. Not more beetles? Not more beetles, apparently. That's interesting. Okay, so now we gotta go back to the Arboretum, and then we're gonna ascend up high and go through here, because I'm pretty sure we have all the things we need to defeat the Flagra, yes? Pretty sure we have all the things we need to defeat the Flagra. Hi. 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 Oi! Do 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 do. And now I can open doors as a ball. I couldn't open doors as a ball before. Ugh, I need the double jump so bad. Having to go around like this is kind of obnoxious. Especially when she doesn't land on the platform like I want her to. Yeah, not that way. We need the Varia suit before we can go over there. Which, do we get the Varia suit from the Flagra, I think? I think we get the Varia suit from the Flagra, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, that's bad. That works one direction only. I thought it worked two directions. It very much does not. Owie!
Now I feel like an idiot. I feel like an idiot for doing that. I thought I was saving time and doing shortcuts, but now I gotta stop by a save station to fix my health situation. Cause I only got 209 health right now.
Or is that 309? Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Okay, alright, okay. It feels like every time I do a save station or a map station or anything similar, it really throws off the motion controls. Ow, I almost got all of them. Okay, I gotta go back to the Arboretum. What am I doing? I'm like running on auto and I'm retreading the same spot. We need to go up. We need to go upward. Yeah, and then we have more symbols we gotta scan as well. Analysis suggests the presence of a runic symbol here. Okay, ow, 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 ow! Come on, tentacles! Squidward! Stop it! You're being mean. Runic symbol has been activated. Okay, so I had to kill the grass. The weird poisonous grass. I'm gonna have to scan that elsewhere. There's 4 runic symbols on the way up, so I gotta make sure that I don't miss them, otherwise I'm gonna have to jump back down, and that's gonna be a huge pain in the booty. Pain in the buttocks. Structural weakness, sandstone. Okay. Vast portions of the tree's cellular structure have been consumed by toxins distributed through the source water. Ow. Ow. Oh. Squidward! Stop it! My goodness. I'm trying to scan things here. Thank you. I can't fight the flogger with that. Okay, all right. I mean, I guess I could have farmed the war wasps for health. Maybe I should have done that. I don't know. 41's not too bad. Yeah, fluid patterns analyzer. You can tell me where the Flagra is. Yeah, I'm already headed there. I get it. I'm moving too slow for your liking. That runic symbol's been activated. Okay. Overwhelming toxin levels have rotted all the leaves. Structure ruined warwasp hive.
The power of science.
The power of interdimensional cosmic horror beings working together to destroy nature. Hooray. Please no. Please shoot. Thank you.
Recording to logbook.
Okay, venom weed. How it has large organisms. Okay, so that doesn't reference that makes it seem like those are endemic, and maybe just Phazon is enhancing the effect. It's out of scan range? Why is it highlighted though? Oh, I'm at the top and I missed one. Did I miss? Ugh. Let's check the platform. Obstructing passage through the doorway. 4 runic symbols adorn the surface. Yep. Yep, even though I was looking, I still missed one. Where was it again? Where was it again? Where was it again? Object out of scan range. Walls appear to have been constructed with extreme delicacy around the tree limbs. Okay. What is dripping into the water? Huh. Toxicity levels critical. Yeah. No. Whoa. Why did that happen? Why did I fall? That's not what I wanted. Aha. There it is. Ay. I wanted to not have to jump back down, and I still had to jump back down. All right, but door's open. We'll get back up there. And then we go and fight the Flagra. Which oddly sounds like foie gras, which is a rather cruel way to extract high amounts of duck fat from ducks. I'll not get into it. I'm not gonna get on that weird little soapbox. But we gotta kill the foie gras, not to be confused with foie gras. Ducky's like, what? What? I don't know, Ducky. I don't know if you want to hear about the horrors of foie gras. If you don't already know, I mean, a rather quick Google search, you'll get one of two things. You'll get foie gras is delicious and it is amazing and it's duck fat and you should eat it if you can afford it because it's very expensive. Or you'll get a whole lot of waterfowl rights violations and a lot of commentary saying that we should not eat foie gras because for lots of ethical animal cruelty reasons. Inside of rich people, there are two beasts. Activism for ducks, or eat as much duck fat as possible. Ow. Ow. Get. You gonna give me health? You're gonna give me missiles I don't need. Give me health? At least some health. I guess 62. I can deal with 62. All right, remember to scan. So these little tentacles, this is the only time you get to scan these. You have to scan the tentacles and you have to scan the boss. I learned this the hard way the last time I played this game. So, we're gonna go in with scan visor active. I really don't like how fleshy and gross that flower looks, but it is what it is. I mean, it is a freaky boss, so it's not exactly meant to look pleasant. It's meant to look freaky and gross. Alright, creature entry. One of the Flagra's tentacles fills this narrow drainage channel. Analysis indicates the Flagra's central nervous system is located at the base of this structure. Alright, so we got that. Alright, and then we got the Flagra. Morphology, Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated as a result. It requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. I kind of wish they had gone more into the lore of the Flagra, honestly. Yep. So we got the tentacle, we got the Flagra, now we go in. Now we bam. Big dick, big bunk. Burn, baby, burn! I just morph ball bombed your brain, according to the scans of this. Now we have 2. Okie dokie. Oh, hi. Yeah, you guarding your... Oh, come on. You already knocked it back. Stop it. Okay, yeah, so you gotta stun it. No! Come on! Okay, gotta go fast. The morph ball get me to go faster. Ow. Okay, it falls again. There we go. Open. Bomb your brain again. Alright, so this is kind of tricky keeping him stunned for this wave. But we're gonna do our best. Ow. Oh, jump, 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 jump. Go fast, go fast, go fast, jump. Gotcha. Get in there and bomb the brain again. Was that it? There was a 4th solar panel in there. Oh, yeah. Yep. 4 solar panels on the final hit. Come on, Flagra. Come on. Ooh. Yes. Number 4. There we go. Yeah, you gotta keep it stunned as long as possible. And you just roll in and bam. Ha ha! You are dead. Although I wonder if they're gonna draw any parallels between the Flagra and the weird flower monsters that we've been seeing in the trailers for Metroid Prime 4. That would be interesting. I mean, technically, like the corruption that's causing it could potentially be the same. I mean, people are saying that the Phazon arc's over. I'm not super confident of that. I'm really not. Maybe they'll I don't know if they'll bring back full-on Phazon. But the thing is, like, everything in Metroid Prime 4 is purple. The inside of the final boss of Metroid Prime 4, like the weird like brain thing, the infected, corrupted Aurora unit, the like gut insides of the thing when it exposes its weak point is purple. Like, it's purple Phazon. And then there's even a section of the planet Phase, like a very short, like one single room, if I remember correctly, where the Phazon is purple. So I'm not convinced that Phazon is gone. I feel like maybe the purple energy of the Lemorn is maybe like the good version. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's the type of energy that is life-giving. It's the source of life. It's the essence of life, so to speak. But like Phazon is the polar opposite of that. It corrupts life. It twists life. It mutates life into horrors unimaginable. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I feel like Sylux, in his quest to achieve ultimate power so that he can destroy Samus and the Galactic Federation, he's going to trigger some kind of chain reaction that's going to unleash the corruptive force of that life-giving energy. Like, he's gonna twist it somehow, whether it's using his Metroid clones or whatever. Like, it's gonna be something like that. Ultra energy replenishes 100 units. That's just a basic missile thing. I gotta scan the large missile boost.
Recording to logbook.
Oh, that's right. I need the wave beam. All right, pulse bamboo, life form, raw energy periodically releases explosive segments. Pulse bamboos are energy beings invulnerable to most known weapons. Electrical energy can harm them. However, they lack any intelligence beyond instinctive attraction to other charged energy sources. Pulse bamboos produce energy constantly. All excess energy is shed regardless of who or what may be nearby. Okay. Yeah, but the purple source of the life force of the Lemorn, because I've said this in my theory, like, a lot of people think that the Lemorn are just like an alien race. Maybe to an extent that's true. I'm wondering if so on the cover of Metroid Prime 4, you see like 3 Lemorn hanging over Samus's head, and the 3 Lemorn hanging over Samus's head. Nope. That's a lot of wasps. That's a lot of waspuses. Yeah, but the 3 Lemorn are oriented like in like a trinity, almost godlike in their size, because they're like towering over the desert that they've shown in the trailers. And then the path up toward those 3 Lemorn are like lined with those weird. From what at first I thought that maybe they were like Chozo statues, but like armored Chozo. Maybe not. Maybe it's not quite that, because the most recent trailer shows those weird like angel statues shooting like these purple energy beams. And they just seem like autonomous. Like, they seem like some kind of AI that probably the Lemorn developed. So there, it's like this. Okay, so the Aliens franchise. I know a lot of people panned Prometheus and then Aliens Covenant. Those were kind of the two movies where, you know, people got to get a real good look at, like, oh, what was Ridley Scott hinting at with, like, the progenitors and stuff that he had inside the lore of the Aliens franchise. And the movie Prometheus in the Aliens franchise, it essentially, like, answered those questions, and it revealed that those progenitors in their weird elephant faces, they weren't like elephant looking people, they were the Prometheans in spacesuits. And the Prometheans were like humanoids who essentially it's speculated that they created the genetic base that eventually evolved into humanity. And they planted those seeds on Earth. But then they saw how evil and wicked humanity was, so they decided, well, let's kill them all. So the Prometheans created the xenomorphs, which are the scary aliens from the Aliens movies. And the xenomorphs were meant to, like, spread throughout the galaxy and destroy humanity's chances of being able to find other worlds and thrive in other places in the galaxy. The thing is, the experiment went way wrong and got way out of the Prometheans' control, and the Prometheans died out, at least as far as we know, because in Aliens Covenant, they actually, the android David goes to the Promethean homeworld. And he basically went to the Promethean homeworld, brought a bunch of xenomorphs with them, and then decimated the Promethean population. So because the Alien franchise is has always heavily influenced the Metroid franchise, I think that the Lemorn are essentially the Prometheans of the universe. I don't know that the Lemorn are supposed to be like maybe a hive-minded race, or maybe they evolved to be kind of hive-minded or have some sort of mental link through like their psychic power stuff. But for whatever reason, most of the Lemorn are gone, and the only ones that remain seem to be like these three spirit Lemorn that essentially, you know, call Samus the Chosen One and guide her on her path through Vuros and give her psychic powers. It's not explicitly stated in any of the trailers that the Lemorn give Samus her psychic powers, but they give her psychic powers, or at least leave the technology that allows her to receive those psychic powers. But the Lemorn are the Prometheans, and I think that, like, I don't know if it's gonna go into like maybe the Lemorn are like the creators of the Metroids or what. They're certainly the creators of whatever energy eventually leads to Metroid Prime. And that's hidden in more Chozo lore. There's more cryptic stuff that I'll be addressing. As we find those Chozo lore entries, I'll be explaining that. And then eventually I'm going to make just one big macro video that talks about like what the cores of my theories are. It's probably going to be a pretty long project. I've kind of started writing part of it, but I have to do more research. And I also want this game's lore to be fresh in my mind before I really dive deep into that. But this is where I'm leaning toward it. The Lemorn are the Prometheans of the Metroid universe. And they're essentially aliens that, like, created life and created humanity. Like, they planted the seeds of life onto all kinds of planets. So the same way the Leviathan Seeds plant death on planets and is the corrupted version of the Lemorn's energy, I think that the Lemorn have, like, life-giving seeds. And I don't know what they're gonna call those seeds. They'll probably call them, I don't know, Eden seeds or something like that. Something to that extent. I'm not sure. Or the seeds of Eden. I mean, if I were the writer, that's kind of where I would lean. But I think that just like there are Leviathan seeds in Metroid Prime 4 Corruption, there are going to be seeds that give life in... Dang it, I went the wrong direction as I was gabbing. I went the wrong direction while I was gabbing, but the water's not poisonous, so I should not worry about that. But the life-giving seeds are kind of like the key to life in the universe. That's what the Chozo were. That's what was revealed to them. And I know that this sounds very spoilery, but like this is literally me just connecting dots from Metroid Primes 1, 2, and 3. This is not me like having inside information or anything like that. But I guarantee you, just like there were Leviathan seeds that were corruptive in Metroid Prime 3, there's also going to be life-giving seeds that the Lemorn plant on various worlds in order to... Oh, I need the grapple beam too. Here I was coming through this area thinking I was slick, thinking I was smart, and then I forgot that you have to have the grapple beam. I should have just gone to Magmoor Caverns. Now I have to find my way back over there. Okay. So, transport to Talon Overworld. The vault access. Yeah, so I gotta go through the hive totem thing again. Alright. I'm such a goober. I'm such a mook. Yeah, but like my theories, they're not just based on like wild speculation, especially about the life-giving seeds that are similar to the Leviathan seeds. It's just the Leviathan seeds destroy worlds, whereas the Lemorn's life-giving seeds plant life on various planets. So that's basically what it is. They're the Prometheans. The thing that I'm wondering though, is that the Chozo lore in Metroid Prime 1 refers to something called the Worm, right? It's called the Great Worm or something like that. It's kind of weird the way it's like cryptically worded, because the parallel to the worm, or at least how it feels to me when the Chozo lore refers to the Great Worm that's infecting the core of Talon 4. Whatever that worm is, right, eventually fuses with a Metroid, and then that Metroid becomes Metroid Prime. Okay? The thing is, Metroid Prime eventually becomes Dark Samus. Dark Samus is like a dark angel, basically. Like her form in Metroid Prime 3. The Great Worm is actually what spawned Hollow Knight. They are the same universe. I mean, it is a Metroidvania if Team Cherry paid real close attention to the lore in Metroid Primes 1, 2, and 3. Like, the influence is super easy to you know, to see there. But the Great Worm in this game, it infects a Metroid. That Metroid eventually becomes Metroid Prime. Then Metroid Prime absorbs the Phazon suit from Samus, then becomes Dark Samus. And then Dark Samus slowly manifests as like a weird like dark angel form. So because of the dark angel form in particular, with like Judeo-Christian religions, you know, you talk about like things like the devil and Satan, and how like Satan started out as a great serpent, and then the Hebrew word seraphim, which is like a term for like some of the highest beings in in the heavenly order in Judeo-Christian religions. The seraphim, the word seraphim means something along the lines of like serpent or snake. I can't remember exactly, but they're supposed to be like winged serpents, essentially. But not all of them are evil, right? Not all of the seraphim are evil. As a matter of fact, based on Judeo-Christian lore, most of the seraphim remained loyal to God, essentially, or Yahweh, as it's referred to in Hebrew. So, like, worm is spelled W-O-R-M in this game, but it can also be like a varm from like Nordic mythology, which is basically a dragon. You know what I mean? And it's like worm, dragon, serpent, you know, like large winged serpent. That's very evocative of like a dragon. Even the Judeo-Christian, or like the Book of Revelation in the Bible, it talks about like the red dragon that wants to consume the earth in the Book of in Revelation. So like they're drawing from a lot of world religion stuff to create the lore of like Metroid Prime, very obviously. And because of that, I think that this worm, this is the thing that I've been getting at this entire time. I know this has been a really long-winded explanation, but the great worm that they're talking about in the Chozo lore in this game, I think, is one of the Lemorn. I think it's just like one of the Seraphim betrayed Yahweh and took 1/3 of the angels with him to form like the legions of demons in like Judeo-Christian religions. The worm in this game is basically like the Satan, like the betrayer, the Lemorn that betrayed the other Lemorn, and instead of creating seeds that give life on other planets, it's creating Leviathan seeds that destroy life on other planets. And the reason why it's doing that is because on some level it thinks that somehow the life that was created is too wicked and it's undeserving of the privilege of existence, essentially. So this is why I've leaned so heavily into the afterlife theories that I've been talking about in my first Metroid Prime 4 video. And like I was kind of like scratching the surface there, but like now that the trailers have released and I've thought it through more and I've looked at the Chozo lore from Metroid Primes 1, 2, and 3 and really analyzed it, they're using like world religion mythology and even stuff from Buddhism to essentially like create this lore that's very similar to the lore that was created in the Aliens franchise using movies like Prometheus and Aliens Covenant. The thing about the Prometheus movie and Aliens Covenant, in my opinion, those movies are peak Alien franchise. They are peak Alien franchise specifically because they almost like they use like world religion type stuff to weave this very intricate like alien narrative about alien worlds and progenitor aliens that humanity used to think were gods and stuff like that. And they created humanity, but humanity was wicked, so they decided, well, we'll create the xenomorphs so we can get rid of humanity. And then the xenomorphs completely backfired on them and all that stuff. Ridley Scott has said that he very heavily based all of that on like Judeo-Christian concepts. You know what I mean? Ridley Scott himself is, I believe he's an agnostic, if I'm not mistaken. Like he's not a Christian himself. He's not particularly religious himself. But he does have a lot of like theories where about like even his personal beliefs kind of lean into like, oh well, humanity was likely created as some kind of genetic science experiment by other aliens, and I get it. Some people are into that, but like he created the entire Alien franchise based around that paradigm, that belief system, and it essentially like really heavily influenced the Metroid Prime franchise as well. You know what I mean? This is why I think like it's not just a matter of like, oh, they're using, you know, world religion symbology in Metroid Prime 4 and that's why it's all like the afterlife and all this kind of other stuff. It's also rooted in like the main influence of the Metroid Prime franchise, which is the Alien franchise, and they do a similar thing. I just think that what it was is a lot of the people who say they didn't like Prometheus in the Alien franchise and they didn't like Aliens Covenant is because they're like, it's an Aliens movie. Where are the xenomorphs? How come the xenomorph in Prometheus is like an after credits scene, and then the xenomorph in Alien Covenant doesn't show up until the very end of the movie? It's because the movie is not just about the xenomorphs. Like the xenomorphs are essentially like Frankenstein's monster. And I get it, if you're watching a Frankenstein movie, you want to see Frankenstein's monster. But if you read like the book Frankenstein, it's not so much about the monster as it is about the existentialism, as it is about like questions about what it means to be alive, what it means to exist. You know, if humanity were able to create living beings in their own image, does that somehow make humanity godlike? You know what I mean? Like, even Prometheus itself is very rooted in that Frankenstein's monsters type concept. Like, the xenomorphs are just like another version of the Frankenstein's monster. And Dr. Frankenstein are the Prometheans. The reason why I think that Prometheus and Aliens Covenant are peak Alien franchise is because they address those questions. But understandably, that's kind of a lot of background information and like cultural references and literary references to like Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and like world religions and all that kind of stuff. Like that's a lot of base knowledge to demand from a casual horror movie watching audience. And I can understand why people like the casual viewers just didn't like Prometheus or Aliens Covenant. It's because there's not enough aliens in it. You know what I mean? Like, where are the xenomorphs? I was here to get jump scared by the scary black aliens that I'm used to seeing from the movies that Sigourney Weaver starred in and all that stuff. But because of all the things that I've been talking about, Aliens Covenant and Prometheus are peak Alien franchise stuff, especially if you can watch it with all that context. Anyway, that's a big long explanation. I'll be condensing a lot of that stuff into a single video. It'll be a long form video, and it'll break down a lot of the stuff about, you know, comparing Dark Samus to like Satan and angels and demons, and the Lamorne to the Trinity, and the Lotus flowers to like, you know, the stuff in Buddhism, and I'll be going into that a lot more. But just like tying it in with like world religions and really taking a deep dive of like the much deeper context of all of these things. And I get it, like no one should probably dive this deep into, you know, the Metroid franchise, but like honestly, the people who created the Metroid franchise, I don't think they would have put all this stuff into the games if they didn't want you to think about it, if they didn't want you to ask questions, if they didn't want you to kind of do what's called tangential learning, where like something you're interested in addresses, you know, some kind of topic that's adjacent that you might not be familiar with, but you're like, oh, I thought that weird, the weird like lotus flower stuff in Metroid Prime 4 was pretty cool. You know, what's the whole deal with all the lotus flower stuff? And what's the deal with like aliens creating life and planting, you know, seeds on other planets and all that? Like, let me try and think of another good example of tangential learning. Okay, so any given sci-fi thing, we'll go with Star Wars in general, right? Star Wars, it's, you know, it's Star Wars, but also there's a lot of outer space. There's a lot of space exploration. There's a lot of stuff. Like, how many kids do you think watch Star Wars as children? And some of you might even identify with this. How many of you guys watch Star Wars as children? And like, before you watch Star Wars, you didn't really like think about space that much? You didn't really think of like outer space or planets or, you know, orbits or stars or black holes or any of that stuff. But then like after you watch Star Wars as a kid, suddenly you were like, oh, I want to learn about outer space. And I want to learn about spacecraft. And I want to learn about astronauts and rocket ships and all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's tangential learning. I feel like the Metroid franchise is dipping its toes into describing that kind of stuff, but like tying not just the space stuff in, but also like world religions and philosophy and stuff like that. And if you look at Star Wars, like the Jedi, the word Jedi comes from, if I'm not mistaken, like a priestly order of an ancient Babylonian religion called Zoroastrianism. You know what I mean? Like, they actually had priests that were called Jedi, and it's an old Babylonian word. Like, it's an ancient Babylonian word, and George Lucas studied that stuff and became obsessed with it. And then he was like, you know what? My space wizards and this weird little sci-fi story that I'm telling, I'm gonna work some of that weird like Zoroastrian religion stuff that I read about, and I'm gonna teach people about it. You know what I mean? So like even Star Wars dabbles in like taking world religions and kind of incorporating them into the sci-fi narrative, and you know, teaching people about things that they otherwise might not learn about. You know what I mean? The Metroid franchise is doing the exact same thing, and that's kind of what my little content creation mission has become. It's to explain all that stuff and get people interested in it, so maybe they do some tangential learning. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll be making an entire video breaking all that down. I've probably been babbling for what, at least 30-40 minutes about all this stuff, but I love it. I love existentialism. I love that kind of philosophy. I love like asking the deep, difficult. Holy crap! Those turrets are doing a lot of damage. Why are they? Whoa! Oh my gosh! Holy goodness! Let's not. Ouches. I took so much damage right there. That was kind of absurd. Can we blow up Mr. Turret? Thank you. Sniping turrets from this far away is not easy. Okay. Am I supposed to go to Fendrana? Is that what the game is nudging me toward right now? I feel like this is a little early for Fendrana. But then again, the second major boss in this game is the Thardus. Or is it the Thradus? I can't remember. It's either Thardus or Thradus or something like that. Can I get a 100 energy? My goodness, I took so much damage from those turrets. Not being super generous with the health right now, game. Yumpy. I'll be honest, this recalibration thing with the Switch remote, not the hugest fan. I kind of prefer the sensor bar with the Wii remote, which I understand. Please blow up. My goodness. The hitbox on those turrets is so tiny. Anyway, I hope. No! Oh no! Get out! Why can't I get out? Oh, I should have gone this way. I'm gonna die. Oh my god! Oh, I'm not focused. I was gonna say thank you for coming to my TED Talk about the Metroid Prime franchise. Before I got completely just roasted alive. Samus probably has third-degree burns right now. The only thing that's keeping her going is maybe like hydraulic servos or something inside of her power suit. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Samus. We will find you a safe station. Geothermal power readiness station is complete. Local crystal formation process, low phase-on residue. Report any signs of magma predator activities to Security Central at once. Nothing. I'm at 25 energy and you're giving me nothing. Okay. Appreciated. Thank you. Thank you, game. Everything's scary now, and I don't like it. Everything scares me. Yeah, Fendrana drifts north. I didn't think I was gonna get to Fendrana before the end of the stream, but here we are. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. Can we get a save point? Please? Can we get a save point? I think I know where the nearest save point is. I just hope that the freaking She-Goth don't kill me before I get there. Hello, ice structure blocks the hall. Concussive blast. Okay. Missile. Is it just me, or do these look kind of like the weird, like, windmill structures in Metroid Prime 4? There's some windmill structures. I don't know. If it's Chozo technology, it would stand to reason that it's, you know, based on Lemorn technology. Because essentially, like, using their psychic visions, I imagine that the Chozo were able to, like, kind of reverse engineer some of the technology they saw of the Lemorn in their visions, right? I feel like I'm not completely off base. Okay, good. The She-Goth are not here, thankfully. Okay. Okay, it's the save station. Oh, the lovely save station with the lovely health. The other comparison that I have between the Lemorn being the set up like a trinity in Metroid Prime 4 is that the Chozo are bird people, right? And you know, like what do we associate with like angels and stuff? They have wings. Now, granted, we generally don't think of angels as being bird-like beings. They're usually depicted as humanoid in some way. But, you know, the Lemorn have like the angels so like as the angels are to like Yahweh in Judeo-Christian religions, basically the Chozo are like the angels, because they're always like, whenever Samus finds them, there's always like a very like mystical quality to them. They're always like in service of some kind of benevolent force, you know what I mean, or at least it seems that way. With Ravenbeak in Metroid Dread, we even have fallen Chozo that turn to violence and war as like their only resort, because they think that life is somehow too corrupt to deserve to exist. You know what I mean? And he thinks that he disagrees with his Chozo brothers and wants to perpetuate the weird civil war that was started, but then ended. But he wants to use like the weird virus from Metroid Dread and spread it throughout the galaxy. You know what I mean? Like this is the kind of stuff. Like this is the kind of stuff that the Metroid franchise is founded on. So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I promise. I'm not crazy. I say wearing full-on tinfoil hat on the internet. Oh man, this recalibration's obnoxious. You have to do it like 3 or 4 times before you finally get it recentered back on the screen. Why can't I open this? Blast shield over doors secured. Was it this? Gritting, brittle... Radion? Okay, it's weak to missiles. Radion is new. I don't remember that being called Radion. Hey.
You mean like the GPUs that AMD makes?
I don't know, guys. Like, sound off in the comments. Am I just screaming into the void? Am I just overthinking everything? Probably. But it's fun to overthink everything in the Metroid franchise. It is very fun. I get hours of enjoyment just writing about this stuff, thinking about it, trying to come up with YouTube Shorts ideas about it, like all the things. All the things. And also I can't wait to make like a Boondocks style intro to my video. Cause like I don't know if anyone's familiar with the Boondocks, but it's a show. It's not for kids. It's for the older peoples in the audience. But at the beginning of the Boondocks, there's this little kid, and he goes up to this lavish gala that like these rich people are throwing for themselves, and he goes up to the microphone, and the first thing he says into the microphone to all of these rich white people, because he's a little black kid from the hood, he says, Jesus was black, Ronald Reagan was the devil, and the government is lying about 9/11. So I can't wait to make my intro to that video of like, Samus is the chosen one, Dark Samus is the devil, and Sylux is lying, and the Galactic Federation is lying about the destruction of the colony that Samus was born on. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. It's just a silly little bit that I plan on doing. I'm probably not gonna word it exactly like that. It'll be something similar. But it makes for good comedy. Ah, hello, Sheegoth. How you doing?
Recording to logbook.
Recording to logbook. New creature's entry has been added to your logbook. Oh, you have a sibling. Okay, I forgot there were 2 of you in here. Gotta break the ice. Oh, break the ice. I can see the cracks. There you go. And if you're not familiar with this game, these ones are the babies. These are the infants. There's a couple power-ups in here, but if I remember correctly, I have to get... I think I need the plasma beam to get one of them, and then I need... I think I can get the other one right now. Oh, okay. Wait, is that where I came from? No, I came through the door on the ground floor down there. Okay, yeah. So I gotta. Okay. I got a little turnaround. Got a little confused. Gotta go through this door. This the door we need to go. Got to go through the door. And then we got to scan these weird little ice bugs. How did I not get you? Come on. Come on, ice bug. No, I missed. Oh. Come on. Man, again, the calibration. Good gravy. Yeah, I don't blame people for preferring to play dual stick on this. But I played dual stick the last time, so I don't know. I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I just don't like playing the same game the same way over and over and over again. It's really nice to mix it up a little bit. Even if it's slightly inconvenient. Bing bong. Alright, our mission was to get up here. More bamboos. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in that room. More Sheegoth in here, though. Ooh, that one's charging. Ow. No! Oh! I kind of forgot they do that. You gotta stick yourself in that little corner, buddy. You gotta... Can you move, please? Alright, large missile thingy. Yep, I hear the power up. It's in there, but I think that's the plasma beam one, if I'm not mistaken. More Chozo Lore. Oh, we get to speculate on more Chozo lore.
Recorded to logbook.
New Chozo lore entry has been downloaded. Chozo script translated. All right.
As the great poison reaches even further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawings of despair. Before it is too late, we make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life?
Yeah, as I said, seeds to destroy all life. Created by a Lemorn that betrayed the other Lemorn. So the macro theory that I think. So initially, at the end of the Metroid Prime 4 trailer, the one with the motorcycle, originally what I thought is that, so Sylux is floating at the end of that trailer. He's floating in midair. He's in an A pose. He's got one knee lifted up. It's basically Dark Samus's pose, right? And my first instinct was like, oh, Sylux is possessed by Dark Samus. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, okay. But in thinking about all this and reading about the Chozo lore of the Great Worm and then connecting the dots about how the Great Worm possessed a Metroid, then the Metroid morphed into Metroid Prime, then turned into Dark Samus, then Dark Samus is like a Dark Angel thing, and blah, blah, blah. And apparently Dark Samus was supposedly a being of pure Phazon, and she should have been destroyed along with Planet Phase, right? If that's true, and if Dark Samus is completely destroyed, what's not completely destroyed is the Great Worm, right? The Great Worm would be the Lemorn that betrayed the other Lemorn. I think that Sylux is possessed not by Dark Samus, but by the same entity that was possessing the Metroid and slowly warping it into the form of Dark Samus, right? So, essentially, Sylux is possessed by the worm, like the Great Worm that is referred to in the Chozo lore in this game. That's what I think. I think that he's possessed by the Great Worm, and is this Boost Ball? Are we getting Boost Ball already? Oh man, it'd be crazy if we're getting Boost Ball already. But anyway, yeah, that's my theory. I think that Sylux is possessed by an evil Lemorn who thinks that life does not deserve the privilege of existence because life is wicked and evil and corruptive. So, like, if life is going to be wicked and evil and corruptive and it's going to exploit and it's going to cause all kinds of pain and suffering, then might as well just corrupt it more and lean into the pain and suffering. You know what I mean? Like, Sylux is possessed by an evil Lemorn. That's my theory. And that same evil Lemorn is the same evil Lemorn that was possessing Metroid Prime / Dark Samus the entire time. That's the macro theory. That's the spoilers. And if I'm right, if I called this, I don't know, like and subscribe. If in the coming months you watch this VOD and you see this little spiel of mine, and it turns out that I'm completely 100% right, and I'm not crazy, like and subscribe. That's all I ask. I'm not asking for a membership. I'm not asking for money on Patreon. I'm not asking for a coffee. I'm not asking for any of that stuff. I'm just asking for a like and a subscribe. That's it. It's free. It's free real estate. Although, if you're new to the channel and you're interested in the things that I'm talking about, and it turns out I'm entirely wrong, but you're watching right now, like and subscribe. Oh man, that's like the most cringe way to try and build a following. Anyway, at least it's not as cringe as me being like, "Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Crosspad." Oh God, that made me want to throw up in my mouth for a second. Please do not let me ever say that ever again. Oh goodness sake. Oh, I just grossed myself out. I got boost ball. Wee. I'm following in the footsteps of the great Chozo extreme sports expert Antonis Hawk as I boost ball around the half pipe. How can I like and subscribe if I've already done so? Encourage other people to like and subscribe. Share the weird little videos that I make with other people you think might be interested. Don't share them with random people who would be like, "Why did you send me this?" Please don't do that. But for people who would be interested. Now sponsored by Monster Energy Pink Edition. Oh no. Prime Energy Pink Edition. In collaboration with Mr. Beast and the Paul Brothers. It's Prime Pink Edition. Although my Pink Edition, if I were to have any say in it, it would be caffeine free, it would feature lavender, and it would be calming and help reduce people's anxiety rather than getting them addicted and you know, just trying to sell more energy drink that is probably not good for your heart. Yeah, we got the pink claw now. Oh my gosh. What was the other one? It was called like Voltage or something. Or Volt? I can't remember. There was another energy drink. Pink Volt. Brought to you by Pink Sauce. You saw it from TikTok. It gave a bunch of people food poisoning. Now it features the likeness and image of the one and only Sir Crosspad. Oh, good. You guys remember that? The pink sauce that supposedly tasted like... Oh, I get what the... Okay, so Ridley is flying away from Phendrana. That's supposed to guide you out away from Phendrana. So literally the only reason why we came here was to get boost ball. That was it. What's the one energy drink that's insanely addictive and horrible? I mean, Red Bull, the packaging might not be pink, but the liquid itself is very pinkish. And honestly, Red Bull has had like the most staying power, which probably means that it's likely one of the most addictive, if not the most addictive. So, yeah, Red Bull. Sir Crosspad's Pink Red Bull. It gives your helmet wings. It's called Feel Free. Uh-oh. Feel free, huh? That sounds like the opposite. That sounds like, let's get them as addicted as possible and turn them into prisoners of their own mind as their caffeine-induced anxiety consumes them from the inside out. Unless they can get more feel free. La 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 la. Nope, turrets. Turrets, stop. Stop it, turret. Oh, I hate these turrets. Ow, they do so much damage. And they're so resilient. Stop! Yeah, that description is 100% accurate. See? I have some wisdom. I won't claim to be a wise person, all right? Like, but I have some wisdom. I have a modicum of wisdom. Ow, ow. Okay, just get out. Just get out. Get out of here. This place is hostile, and I hate it, and I don't like it, and I don't want to be here. Ha! 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 See? See? It's hostile here. I don't like it in Magmoor Caverns. I never did. I still don't. Missiles? I need all of 4 missiles, game. Can we get some health? Can we get some health in this house? Can your head explode, please? Man, that takes a lot of shots. Okay, please. Okay, finally. Good gravy. Okay, I think I may have ended up somewhere I didn't quite want to be. Yep, this requires a grapple. Okay, there is... You just spit me out in the lava. No, 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 stop! Stop what you're doing! Stop what you're doing! Stop what you're doing! Okay, please, stop! Stop! Please stop! I have a gunship to get back to. The AI in the gunship gets very lonely. It might go rogue and try and drop a nuclear bomb on the space pirates or something. Please. I need to go back and see my precious gunship. It's the only social interaction I have in this world. Ow! Stop it. I'm sorry if I'm blasting everyone's ears out. I kind of turned up the volume on my mic, but I didn't account for lava death. I'm just trying to get back to Talon Overworld so I can boost ball and get the double jump, and then I'll have to hoof it back to Vendrana and then do more Vendrana stuff. Okay, sir, sometimes wise knight. Well, now you just sound condescending. Now you're just being mean. Wait, Talon Overworld West. Did I want to go to Talon Overworld West? I'm not sure I'm ready for Talon Overworld West. Am I ready for Talon Overworld Yeast? Sorry, we made bread recently. I got yeast on the brain. Talon Overworld West. That's west, Patrick. Okay, 10 energy. 10 more energy. There's a missile expansion here. No energy? Come on. 10 more. Okay, well, it's a little something. It's a little something something. Where you at, Beetles? Okay, that's a little better. My nerves are calmed somewhat. Okay, so this actually leads right back to the gunship, I'm pretty sure. Right? And then I can get the double jump boots by following the path of Antinous Hawkus. Antinous Hawk. the Tony Hawk of the Metroid universe, who is also a Chozo. Up. 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 Yeah, because I couldn't get through here before because I didn't have a missile launcher. Yeah, that's just like the Flagra's flower. The blood flower is very much based on the Flagra. Stream audience member number 5. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're not returning, welcome to Sir Crosspatch Stream, where I speculate wildly about how, just like the Alien franchise, Metroid Prime 4 is going to get very deeply existential and reference all kinds of world religion stuff. Why? Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Whoa, why am I getting caught on something? Okay, now I'm getting the hang of the timing. Okay, got it. Okay, because before we couldn't get up here. Stress fractures, sandstone. Okay, so sandstone is morph ball bombs, yes? Yes. Anything to scan? Nope. Goodness sake, man. There we go. It's calibration, dude. Okay, this looks to be where the space jump boots are. Just don't fall. Okay, I would have had to go in a big circle if I had missed that jump. Space jump boots. Yes, double jump time. Oh, I wish I could jump that high. Samus, why are you holding back? Why are you saving your energy? Why can't we Jedi jump all the time? That was straight up like Obi-Wan Kenobi levels of acrobatics right there. Yeah, because she jumped up like almost to the roof. And then when I jump from here, I don't even make half that distance. I make like 1/3 that amount of height. You holding out on us, Samus. It's not appreciated. Alrighty, well, we end the stream right where we started. We got back into our gunship. That's where we wanted to be. I did a lot of theories and speculation all throughout the stream. If you're coming in late, feel free to watch the VOD. Or feel free to rewind right now. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Hopefully you'll join me for more theories and explanations for Metroid Prime 4 as we get well on down the road to December 4th for the game's release. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next stream. Bye, toodles!